talking to the Get still, feel good, limousine like jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. They call me Hot Rod. Everybody knows it. I don't have to say what I am, because I've done it. It's the difference between you and me. You talk about it, I do it. You will know that your ass is mine, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Welcome to the Wrestlepalooza edition of the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bring it on, Stanley, Mac. It's Lollop. No. How many times am I going to do that today? It's Wrestlepalooza 2025. That's right. What is today's date, Stanley, Mac? September 20th, 2025. And here we are. It's the Eastside David Said Wrestling Show. My name is Davey Mac. I am the heel, apparently, of the program. With me, the baby face of baby faces. Put him together for Stanley Mac.
Hello. That's me.
That is you, Stanley. We have a major event today. And it feels very, very large. Though it only has 5 matches. And we're going to be looking at those 5 matches. Of course, we're talking about Wrestlepalooza, the very first ever premium live event on ESPN networks, shall we say, or at least really ESPN streaming. This whole ESPN app is just very, very odd. ESPN has done a horrible job with the launch. Probably the worst launch of an app I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why ESPN doesn't do this. You know, apps get, updated and remade all the time. HBO Max has redone their app like 3 separate times. Remember HBO Go, folks? They used to have HBO Go. That was like the HBO app. Then we had just the HBO app. Then we had the HBO Max app. Now it was just Max, and now it's back to the HBO Max app. Point being, why doesn't ESPN just scrap their other app or all of their other apps and just make this their app so that we can just call it the ESPN app rather than what they're calling it as the new ESPN direct-to-consumer product.
On the SmackDown, they did make a point to say, because I know you didn't watch, they made a point to call it the ESPN Unlimited.
ESPN Unlimited?
Yeah,
that's the name of the app?
Yeah, that's what they kept saying.
Just call it the ESPN app, dummies. If you have the ESPN Unlimited app, you're not... I deleted the existing ESPN app on my phone. And I installed the new ESPN app. Just call it the ESPN app, dum-dum. Don't call it ESPN Unlimited. And you can't even then call it EU. Because that's, the European Union. That's it. Everyone will think of the European Union. So just call it the ESPN app. But I mean, at least it's better than the direct-to-consumer product. The new direct-to-consumer product is where you'll watch Wrestlepalooza live from Indianapolis. And I'm like, what the hell is a direct-to-consumer product? Then I had to realize, oh, they mean an app? Like, we've had the term app forever. Why all of a sudden did ESPN try to change it into our brand new direct-to-consumer product? And I was like, what is this? Is this like a giant, maybe box shaped like a refrigerator with ESPN on it that I open and footballs and baseballs come out?
Maybe this is like Vince McMahon is buying ESPN and he's doing medical facility and that's what it is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's I get what you're saying. It sounds like a Vince McMahon thing. Instead of it being called a hospital. It was a medical facility, which is always very, very odd. Obviously, the biggest one, instead of wrestling, it had to be sports entertainment. This is the number one thing. Shut up. It's wrestling. I never in my entire life, like if I met someone who was a wrestling fan, go, oh, you're into sports entertainment? Never once. Never once. In my 40 plus years on planet Earth and 40 plus years as a wrestling fan, have I said, oh, cool. You like sports entertainment too? I love sports entertainment, man. Oh, Stone Cold, remember him? He was the best sports entertainer ever. Remember how, oh my God, Mick Foley, what a crazy sports entertainer that guy was, huh? Oh my God. Hey, how about The Undertaker? Oh, I was scared of that undead sports entertainer. Let me tell you something. That zombie sports entertainer frightened me. Yeah, that's a great point, Stanley Mac. Give yourself 1 point for your point. Give me, ironically, 50 points for your point, because I really did expand and explain it a lot better. Okay. But ESPN, the direct-to-consumer product is now available, and as far as I know, it's just the new ESPN app. That's what I'm going to call it. That's what they should have called it. And then give yourself 3 months and drop the new and just call it the ESPN app, because it's what you should have called it from day one. Anyway, that's where Wrestlepalooza will be. They did a kickoff show, like a special, that was on ESPN2, and I think they're rebroadcasting that like Road to Wrestlepalooza special that they do. I believe they are rebroadcasting that today on ESPN2, I think. I could be wrong. It's college football day on Saturday. ESPN obviously is doing college football all day long, which is why it was never going to be played on the ESPN TV channel, always on ESPN streaming, despite lots of people, including podcasters, constantly saying, wow, my dad in Alabama, daddy loves himself some ESPN. And now my daddy can watch it on ESPN, Big Daddy. My big daddy, my big fat porky daddy. He can watch it on the ESPN, Daddy. Let me tell you something, Daddy. Nobody's gonna touch the Midnight Rider, Daddy. And let me tell you something, why? Because the Midnight Rider's been to the top of the mountain, the bottom of the canyons, baby. The Midnight Rider sometimes talks to his own sweet, sweet sapphire. And the Midnight Rider loves the new ESPN app. Or as it's called, ESPN Unlimited. The Midnight Rider's not going to call it the direct-to-consumer product. The Midnight Rider doesn't know what a direct-to-consumer product is. The Midnight Rider knows what an application is. That's what they call an app. And that's what the Midnight Rider's going to call it. But I had heard there were some podcasters and things like that constantly say, oh my God, this is a game changer. It's going to be on ESPN. I'm like, it's not. It's going to be on an ESPN app, the new ESPN app. Why they ever called it the direct-to-consumer product, the new direct-to-consumer product, is so strange. It's so strange. I think that language is what started the confusion, honestly. People are like, what the hell are they? What is this product? Like, what is it?
It's a brand new direct-to-consumer.
Yeah, I know. But now as we're recording this, we got the College Game Day on. And finally, they're just going the all-new ESPN app.
So they dropped it. Yeah,
they dropped the new ESPN DTCP, direct-to-consumer product. Huh? Odd. Anyway, so SmackDown, Brock Lesnar came out, did a little F5 to Cena.
Corey.
I'm sorry, to Corey Graves.
Yeah.
And then they had Mike the Miz. Mizowski.
He replaced Corey. I thought he did a fine job.
Guaranteed that was a tryout for the Miz becoming an announcer. I think that they are going to inevitably move on from McAfee. I would expect McAfee to be there tonight. As we're watching College Game Day, he's on television, but you can get in a jet and get to Indianapolis anywhere about like 2.5 to 3 hours. I'm not even joking, because it's right in the middle of the country. So I would imagine, it looks like he's in Miami. So I would imagine McAfee could get from Miami to Indianapolis in, I would say, fast jet. Should take 2.5 hours to 3. Yeah, 2.5 to 3 hours. So when does game day end? About 1 o'clock? Oh, yeah, he's there plenty of time. I think that was a try, a little bit of an audition, a little bit of a tape. Let's get some Miz on tape because honestly, he reminds me of he could be a non-cowboy hat wearing JBL in the booth. I could see the Miz being a very good heel announcer. I love JBL as a heel announcer, and I could see the Miz being a very good heel announcer as well. I would definitely though make him a heel announcer.
Yeah.
Like, let's not have Miz being in any way, shape, or form objective or babyface.
Yeah, Miz is never a good babyface.
Yeah, never. But he would slide perfectly into a JBL type of way. You know, I mean, Jesse the Body Ventura is the gold standard probably for heel announcers, or Heenan, or Bobby Heenan. I was always a Jesse Ventura. I love Heenan, but I mean, I was a Heenan guy as a manager. As far as the heel announcers go, Jesse was, to me, a great one. And I could see The Miz being very much in that thing. But the reason why I bring up JBL is I think in modern times, for me, JBL has been the best heel announcer in, let's say, the last 10 years or so. That's the way it's been for me.
There's not many heel announcers to choose from. Because
good point.
They don't do that often anymore.
Yeah. That's fair enough, Mako. All right. Let's discuss, what else are we going to talk about? AEW, anything going on with there before we move on? We want to be a complete wrestling show today. And I know neither of us watch AEW anymore. Is there any news at all? MJF got married. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, everyone got upset because the stupid wrestlers posted photographs where guys who were in an existing program, I think it was Hangman Page was, whoever he's feuding with or something. Guys who are actually feuding with each other on television right now were spotted in like the photograph hugging each other. And I think they said MJF, the rumor is MJF was mad because he didn't want any photos getting out at all. He was saying, hey, this is a private affair. It's like my real life. It's a personal thing. I don't want photos getting out. And then B, MJF, the wrestler, was saying in order for kayfabe to not be broken, I don't want the pictures getting out. So he was pissed doubly because personally and professionally, those pictures got out. And now he's like, what the hell, man?
I love that I love that Tony Khan canceled an all-8 event just to go there.
Yeah.
MJF probably put that intentionally for that date.
Yeah, that's
hoping Tony wouldn't be there.
That's a serious business. You canceled a Ring of Honor event so that Tony Khan could go to wedding. I tell you what, I can't wait till MJF goes to the WWE. It is going to be awesome. Because since I don't watch AEW anymore, I really do miss MJF. He is that fantastic. I'll never back that. Look, they still have a lot of guys that I like Darby and MJF. Darby's never leaving. You know why? Freaking Triple H is not going to give Darby, 4 months off to climb Mount Everest. No. So Darby's never leaving, but I do love Darby Allin, and I actually think he would be a mega star in the WWE. The merch would be through the roof. The kids would go nuts. Modern day Jeff Hardy. But MJF is phenomenal. He will go to the WWE at a certain point. He will go.
He definitely is going to go. MJF's definitely going to go. So.
Yeah, 100%. All right, shall we get to Wrestlepalooza?
Sure.
What kind of answer was that?
Let's do it.
I mean, come on. Let's bring a little juice. Let's bring a little enthusiasm. I mean, should we get to Wrestlepalooza?
Yes.
Oh, that's a little bit better. Should we get to Wrestlepalooza?
Yay!
Okay, let's do it now. Should we get to Wrestlepalooza?
Yay!
All right, better. Let's get to Wrestlepalooza starting right now. Cody Rhodes.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going 5-1. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Cody is your undisputed WWE champion.
I believe that that's going to be the main event, but
I said I'm going 5-1.
okay.
I said that already.
Drew McIntyre
Going
wins.
backwards.
Drew McIntyre wins next.
Well, give us a reason why.
Because I think that they're going to go back and forth, and also this is the first show on ESPN. They're going to want a new champion. Drew's going to win.
This is the first show on ESPN. You know who's on First Take every damn week? Cody Rhodes.
Doesn't matter.
He is going to retain because this is the first show on ESPN, and they want Mr. ESPN already. Cody Rhodes is pretty much Mr. ESPN.
Then the match shouldn't be the main event.
It's going to be because the guy who's been on ESPN the most in the last 2 years, Cody Rhodes, will now be champ.
Paul Heyman.
Cody more than Paul. I actually watch ESPN. I'm telling you, Cody's been on ESPN twice as much as anybody else. So Cody Rhodes retains for that reason. Next one. Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer for the vacant Women's World Championship. Wait, what do you mean vacant? Who the hell's the Women's World Champion?
No one. Naomi relinquished it.
Oh, right. This is the Naomi thing. Okay.
Yeah. I think Stephanie Vaquer. I think she's more. I feel like Io's had a lot of lanes. I think they're gonna give it to Stephanie Vaquer.
Wow, Stephanie Vaquer. You know, I mean, she just got. Well, I guess she's been there now for a few months. I mean, I could see it in terms of popularity, but boy, people usually don't make the main roster and become world champ this quickly. I could see it happening, though. You know what? I'm going to agree. Stephanie Vaquer. I don't know why I have become a Super Mario all of a sudden. Next one. The Usos, Jay and Jimmy versus The Vision. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker in a tag team match. That's the name of the group, The Vision. We had been screaming for months and months and months, asking the WWE, please give them a name. They finally listened. Do you like the name of The Vision?
I do.
You do? I do too. It makes sense. I think it's a good name. I thought my name of Faction was the coolest name ever. That's awesome.
I don't think that's
Faction.
No.
It's like the band. Rock and Roll, Levon Helm, Robbie Robertson, Garth Hudson, Rick Danko.
You don't need to tell
Richard,
me
wait a second.
You don't need to tell
Richard,
me all the
wait a
people in
second.
the
I didn't
band.
name Richard Emanuel yet. Richard Emanuel. Well, I had to name all the members of the band. And it's like the band calling themselves the band was extremely cool because it's like, what's the name of your band? That's it. The band. And everyone's like, what? So that's why I said you call your wrestling faction, just call it one word, Faction. I'm telling you, that would work. Now, the best faction name currently going on is the East Side Empire, which I am the leader of, and we will get to that later. Big announcement. Next one.
No,
Wait a second.
we
didn't even do the prediction. All right, let's go. Breakers, it's the Bronze versus the Usos. Let's go.
Usos win.
Oh, man. I listen, I love both of the Bronze. I am such a fan. I love them both together.
And I don't think you like the Usos.
No, I do. I do like the Usos. You're wrong about that. You have weird things where you think I don't like people. You think I don't like Brian Burns of the Giants. And I'm like, you're wrong about
But like
that.
it's like when you credit the Giants, I swear it's like Dexter Lawrence is some good. Credit Dexter Lawrence, someone else, credit them. And then with Brian Burns, it's just we don't even talk about it.
Because
We
last
don't even talk
season,
about it.
the reason why we weren't talking about Brian Burns last season is because he didn't have a good year. He was very pedestrian. And we had given the guy $31 million, and we couldn't give Saquon 13. The one in the third. You know what? This isn't the Davey Mac Sports program. Let's get into wrestling. You're bothering me. The Breakers will win. The Bronze. They better have Bronze win. I'm serious. I don't want the Bronze taking on any more losses for a while.
By the way, I will say I want Paul because I will say it's like this. The Bronze are better when they're without Paul Heyman.
Bronze are great.
But they're
wait, with Paul Heyman.
No, without Paul. Without Paul, they get to show like personality. With Paul, they're just behind him.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So it felt like when I was watching SmackDown, I was kind of like, oh, I like
No.
Paul, but like
No. Paul works with the Bronze. I thought you were going to say Paul is now kind of unneeded with Seth, since Seth has pretty much Becky as his mouthpiece. But for the Bronze, he absolutely works. And don't forget, Paul is with the Bronze as much for the behind-the-scenes backstage stuff, for genuinely mentoring these guys. Next one. Mixed tag team match.
By the way, real quick, one last thing.
Yes, please. Go ahead. Yes, please. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Yes, please. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. I was going on to the next match, but go ahead. Get to your point. Go ahead, buddy. What's your point? What would you want to say?
WWE have dropped. So, did WWE completely drop, though, the tribal fee thing that worked?
I know. Why'd you do that, guys?
They completely dropped
every
them.
time. The two things that disappointed Stanley Mac and myself the most, storylines that were dropped: Baron Corbin, the depressed, sad, disheveled, growing in his hair on the sides, shirt untucked,
At least they didn't
unlucky.
drop that, though.
No, they did. All right, fine. He won the lottery. It was pretty random, and hey, he wins the lottery. I was like, no, but can we keep the disheveled Baron Corbin going? It was phenomenal. And in fact, honestly, if they kept that going forever, I would have loved it. Or for like 3 years.
But
it was highly original. We had never seen a pro wrestler with that type of gimmick. I am a disheveled, down on my luck. It was great. And then the other thing was this Shufala thing. Well, this was fantastic. Why did you stop the Shufala? Oh.
Roman cut it off.
No, I don't think. I think that was them cutting it off, saying Roman's got to go back to filming Street Fighter 2, so let's give him a win. All right, CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch in a mixed tag team match. I'm looking forward to this. Hey, the build-up to this has been really fun. I think the build-up to this has been some of the most fun promos that we've been seeing on TV in recent weeks. What do you say?
So, I mean, personally, I think that this is the match me and I think most people would probably look forward to.
So you're saying main event?
I feel like, this should have been, although I believe it's going to be Cody Drew. This should be the main event.
Okay.
AJ Lee and Punk are going to win, though.
Have to, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if they give it to Seth and Becky, but I will say both Seth and Becky have been fantastic. The return of AJ Lee after 10 years, she's been great. Punk's been fantastic. This works. All four people have chemistry, and this completely works. This is exciting, and I definitely think CM Punk and AJ Lee are going to win this. They have to win this one. Oh, my goodness. And finally, I am putting this as the main event. I know it's not going to be the main event. They said it's the first match, but whatever. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar.
Why is this like one of the least matches though I'm looking forward to?
I have no idea. You're literally the only one. I'm not kidding. I went to the supermarket today with my wrestling shirt on. I bumped into two different wrestling fans, the cashier and the guy cleaning up aisle number 7, I believe it was. Both of them stopped me and are like, "Are you excited for Wrestlepalooza?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And both of them are like, "Cena Brock." And they were, that's all they said. Cena Brock, just in that mind frame. You're the only one. I'm excited for Cena Brock as well. So I don't know why you're not into it, but the rest of us are. Anyway, what's your prediction?
I don't think.
We are.
So so people in the supermarket, that automatically.
I'm telling you, dude. Listen, don't ruin other people's enthusiasm. I'm asking for a prediction here.
Okay, this is a podcast. So I give my take.
You know what? You're right, and I agree with you. But then, okay, well then explain yourself.
My point is, WWE, they haven't had a single. Brock hasn't explained, and I know he's Brock. He runs in, but at the same time, you can't expect me to buy into a match without any explanation for Brock.
The explanation is Brock Lesnar and John Cena are mortal enemies.
So
it's superhero stuff. I mean, come on.
No.
It's Thor Thanos. It's Luke Skywalker Vader. I mean, it's Batman Joker. I know, but I mean, do you always need an explanation? The explanation is in their history, that they've had a history, that they've had 20 years.
Why is he back? What's his goal? What's his goal
He's
past
done
this? I know, but
his goal is to beat up John Cena whenever he comes back and to dominate. He did that last time too. Remember, he came back, and when he came back, it was against Cena. F5 and out of the ring. Just saying. When he came back in 2012, that's what he did.
And can I tell you why that was better?
Yeah.
And why that was better was, if you saw actually some of the promos after, Paul Heyman was explaining why he's back. Paul was explaining why he's back and what he's back for.
I know.
Brock doesn't have that now, so that's the thing.
How many times did they feud it? They feuded in the Ruthless Aggression era. Brock comes back after 8 years out of the WWE, and the guy he comes back, the guy he returns and instantly F5s is John Cena. What I am saying is, when you have 20 years of history, promos are not as necessary, because you don't need to tell me why you're mad at this guy. If you look at wrestling in the same way that you look at superheroes, you look at other franchises, when people are mortal enemies, that's why. Because they're mortal enemies. Lesnar and Cena are mortal enemies. That's been well established, is all I'm saying. I get your point, and you're definitely not allowed. You are allowed to lack your enthusiasm. What I'm saying is, I got lots of enthusiasm for this one, and that's gonna be Brock Lesnar beating John Cena. You heard it right. Brock Lesnar defeats John Cena right in the middle of the ring, baby. 1, 2, 3. That's my prediction, Stanley Mac.
Cena wins.
Can you give us some analysis, please?
Cena wins because he's not gonna lose a match until his final.
Let's say it again. You were eating the words at the end there.
He's not gonna lose a match until his final.
Not gonna lose a match until his final match.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, one last thing, Stanley Mac. I told you, big announcement to be made. I discussed the East Side Empire briefly moments ago. Here's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. On October 4th, that's right, 2 weeks from today, October 4th, 2 weeks from today, it is IWF Wrestling, baby. In honestly the biggest event in the history of the IWF. Because without saying too much, we think after an incredible 30-year run for IWF, we're thinking this might actually be the final IWF event. Might. Okay, I don't want to automatically say it. I don't want to put it in there. But it's looking like, Kevin Knight, who was the saint of professional wrestling in North Jersey, has been running this for 30 years. I believe it started in 96. And, or was it 98? Either way, it started in the 90s. And, but, he's got full-time jobs and this and that. And so this may, in fact, be the final event for IWF. If you want to attend, be there to see me and my faction, the East Side Empire, leave the IWF with all the gold. Right now, we possess all of the gold. To everyone's shock, the East Side Empire has the North American Championship with my man, Robert Atkins. We got the Tag Team Championships with Justin Adams and his buddy. Brian Atkins is a part of us. And then what people don't know is Robert and Brian Atkins, people always assumed were twin brothers. They didn't understand that they are triplets. There was a third masked Atkins brother, Chip Atkins, who wears a luchador mask because of some of the scars he suffered earlier as a child. And Chip Atkins won the IWF World Heavyweight Championship last event. So I'm walking into the event, ladies and gentlemen, holding all the gold. The East Side Empire, we are the gold standard of the IWF. And in the last event, or potentially last event of IWF history, I intend to leave with all of the gold and then sell all of that gold on eBay or a pawn shop. Let me tell you something. Kevin Knight spared no expense with that gold, ladies and gentlemen. Davey Mack could make himself an easy $500K with all that gold, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So I intend for my guys to be 100% successful. If you want to attend this, it's going to be in North Arlington High School, October 4th. Starts at 7 p.m. Tickets available at campiwf.com. The website is campiwf.com. Get your tickets. It will sold out. Every event has sold out, especially the last 10 events or so. They've all sold out. This one will 100% sell out. So you must get your tickets. If you want to go, you must get them right now. And that'll do it. Stanley Mac, thoughts and opinions about the East Side Empire, about my faction potentially walking out of IWF with all the gold?
Thoughts and opinions. It's going to happen. I really think it's going to happen. Potentially the final IWF sale.
You think we're going to be successful?
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you turning heel and rooting for the bad guys. How about that for a twist, ladies and gentlemen? At the end of the show, Stanley Mac turns heel, decides to root for the heel faction, the East Side Empire, and that's fine. We need all the help we can get. There's a lot of people who boo us, especially when I walk to the ring. A lot of people say, "You suck." I'm like, wow, that's rude. You don't even know me. You know, if we had some chocolate milk and some potato chips and stuff and had a nice little conversation, you might think I'm a pleasant person. But just to get in my face and scream, "You suck." And the last time I was walking to the ring, some little brat, 7, 8 years old or so, punched me in the stomach. Kid's lucky I have self-discipline. I was thinking about putting some brass knuckles on and taking him out. I got some self-control. Stanley Mac, Wrestlepalooza starts in mere hours. Are you excited?
I am very excited.
Me too. It's going to be fun, baby. All right, that'll do it for the East Side Davidson Wrestling Show. Enjoy your Wrestlepalooza today, and we will see you next time. Get those tickets for IWF October 4th in North Flemington, New Jersey. CampIWF.com for ticks. For Stanley Mac, I'm David Mac. Good night, everybody!